U.S. annual secondary education spending per student typically ranks in the top 5 among all nations. U.S. secondary education students' scores on international standardized science, math, and reading tests typically rank between 17th and 25th among all nations.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
Let me tell you what we do know. In 2003, the U.S. spent $6.3 billion in secondary education, 4th most in the world, while only placing 12th in reading, 25th in math, and 20th in science for standardized testing. In 2006, just 3 years later, we spent a national high of $8 billion, 3rd most in the world, while only placing 14th in reading, 2 spots lower, 25th in math, and 17th in science. To finally top it off, at 2nd in the world in 2010 for spending on secondary education, we reached a high of a whopping $10 billion, while only placing 19th in reading, 27th in math, and 25th in science for standardized testing. This is where the disparity stands out. From the information I have gathered, it has become more than apparent that the more we spend, the lower our test scores have become. This leads us to the question of who should take full responsibility for this disparity: the student or the teacher? Like trying to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, there are many variables that need to be accounted for. Is every Tootsie Pop the same size? Does every student learn the same way? How many Tootsie Pops are you testing on? How many students are actually willing to attain the information?
Schools were designed to assist people in their education. We, the teachers, must transform schools so that they inspire and promote students to think critically, to think imaginatively, and to have an adventurous spirit.
By definition, to assist means to give support or to aid to. And by assisting us in our education means that most of the work is coming from us, the students. While kids in other countries are making school a #1 priority, our society is busy making it our last, and that is essentially going to hurt us. There are 2 things we will always be uncertain about. We will never know how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, and if a standardized test is the proper way to evaluate a student on what he or she has learned. There's no doubt about that. But as far as knowing who should take full responsibility for this disparity, I think I've made that clear.